GSL.
Welcome back to GSL Code A. We already have our first survivor. It's SOS. Now we're here in the losers match. Whoever is eliminated here is eliminated from this entire group. The winner from these two does go on to our final match for Group I. And that's going to be going off against Super.
Yeah, it is. So, Reality cracks a smile, so does Hero. Reality definitely one of the underdogs in this group, but Hero losing to Super 0-2 was a pretty crazy happenstance here. I would highly favor Hero over Reality, but maybe he's having an off day. It's really hard to say. Overgrowth, a two-player map. Start things off on here. And we don't have the chat up. I wish I knew it was so funny.
Who do you think is going to win here, Will? Hero or Reality?
Hero 2-0, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably Hero 2-0 or 2-1. I got to say the PvPs were a little bit fishy to play, but I mean, it's a different matchup. Hero's had a lot of success. Let's see how it turns out in best of 3 number 4 here with Hero against Reality. Okay, over here in the bottom left, we have our Protoss player. He is
CJN2's Hero.
And in the upper right, we have our Terran player.
Samsung Galaxy Con Reality.
The only one in this group today.
Is it just me, or I don't know? I just love looking at the design of the command center. Like
the design?
I mean, just the structure itself, like how it looks compared to the other ones. Like it's so complicated. There's a really cool entrance that's flash. You can see
camel toe on the corners of it.
Yeah, it certainly does. You can see the little top part's a little bit separated, and it's got like a big window. Almost reminds me of like a Star Destroyer from Star Wars or something, and it obviously transforms into the planetary.
In Star Wars, there was is the Star Destroyer the one that looks like a Doritos chip?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks exactly like a Doritos chip.
It does.
I think the Doritos design is based off of Star Wars, actually.
Or triangles, one of those two, man.
Yeah, something like that. You seen that Twitch chat thing where the Doritos? Excuse me, I believe I've dropped my bag of Doritos.
A bag of dongers, isn't it? And it's just a bunch of donger symbols.
Well, I've seen that, but I think it was originally a Doritos because there's a bunch of triangles shapes.
Oh, is that the original one?
I don't know which one's the original, man. I never know how Twitch chat forms. I just watch it. I don't know the history. I don't really care. I just love it.
We need to get everything that's ever been said on Twitch and put it together to make some kind of giant brain. Not necessarily like, you know, we wouldn't call it like a above human intelligence brain, but you know,
it's like a giant machine, you know, and it would be called Twitch.tv, and you could find everything.
You could find its different thoughts in the different pockets of its mind.
Yeah, exactly. It's all categorized into different sections,
different games, and then of course different chat rules. But yeah, that's what we need to do. Someone needs to get on there right now.
All the moderators. Do you think moderators actually? Do you ever think a Twitch moderator who's supposed to ban people from, you know, posting things that are, you know, obscene? Do you think those mods ever just like go crazy and go in another Twitch chat and post those obscene things themselves just to let go? You know?
I was putting copy pasta in Artosis' Twitch chat a few months ago. I was going in there and been doing copy pasta. The hello, I'm a beautiful Korean girl. And
yeah.
I giggle as I watch you play.
Maybe you could teach me something.
Maybe you could teach me something in a winky face. Yeah, man.
That's the best one, actually.
Artosis like wrote me on Skype. He's like, "Is that you in my chat?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's me." Oh God, nice.
Oh my God, I can't believe he got that down. Whoa. He made that happen.
All right, the Nexus does go down. That would have been pretty huge, actually, if he had slowed that down. Really messed up the tempo there. But so far, this game's looking a lot like the SOS reality game. Nexus up, Reaper build.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got a Robo Bay here.
Pretty quick factory this time, though, from reality. He's actually not going into
quicker.
double barracks.
So, you know what? If Hero did play like SOS, it would work out really well. Okay, here
Mothership Corps is actually going to aggressively scout this with the Stalker follow-up.
Drive out the SCV. Oh my God, is that party driving that? No, it's not, because the SCV didn't die. That's how you know.
That's how you know.
Reaper, just chilling.
The Reaper's just chilling. He's not helping out at all.
He's having a cigarette. Needs to get back to work.
He's actually going to kill that SCV, and then...
Oh, my God.
You know,
This is going really well here for Hero.
Now
And
he knows also that there's a factory up there, even without seeing it, because there's the Marine count like that.
Terran is supply blocked, by the way. Oh my God, is that party controlling that? No. Not quite.
If you're curious who's playing, like the player name was like right up the top.
Oh, is it Hero playing this whole time?
Hero,
okay, I just wasn't sure because I've been watching that Mothership Core so much. And, you know, I know that when Partying plays, when he controls the Mothership Core, he kills everything. So
yeah, he never makes a mistake.
That's where I was looking personally. And that's how I cast, Wolf.
Okay.
Now, we have, looks like the Reaper. Oh, God. Okay, he gets it. Things really looking good right now for Hero. He does get chased out.
Yeah,
now
he lost a lot of hit points there.
Medevac is coming, and notice it was a Robo and a Forge build, so a counterattack here from Reality with the Widow Mine and a few Marines in the Medevac could be pretty effective.
Yeah. Let's see just how effective it is. The first Observer will be out, but does he make a second one? It's not actually queued, so... Okay, he makes it right after the first one pops, so... Second Observer should line up okay with this drop, and that's going to be really important detection-wise here. Reality threw away his Reaper, so he's not going to be able to get any more additional scout information, but he's pretty aware of what's going on in this game. He's pretty much seen everything, so he's not worried about oracles or anything like that, and he knows that his Widow Mines will eventually be cleared, but he wants to see how much damage he can get done before that, and then maybe even try to save them.
I think Hero's actually going to be fine. We see another Observer going to be sent up here. Now, Widow Mines alone only are going to do damage if there are no Observers there.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can still get, like, a shot off, even when there's an Observer there, but if you see a Widow Mine, you should be able to split your probes against it. We have a Raven coming out here as well, which is pretty rare, but it will clear the Observer.
Okay, he sees that coming in. Second Observer, by the way, in the main alone.
Yeah, there's, like, so many Observers.
Oh, my God, nice splitting.
Look at
really
that.
nice
Perfect.
Splitting.
And now the Observer's here is going to kill that.
And I got to say, this is not really worth it. The risk involved, it could have even gone worse. He could have lost the Medevac, but losing the Widow Mines.
Yeah, the second Widow Mine, what happened with that one even? I didn't even see it die. I guess
I believe that was killed off.
I mean, it's definitely dead. It's not on the unit tab anymore, but I don't think it got any kills.
It got one kill. It got one kill. They each got one kill on a probe.
Okay.
So it was 2 probe kills total. Medevac coming back up here now, and we have a little bit add-on swapping. And yeah, I mean, Protoss, I would say, is in pretty good shape. He did some good harass early on. He's got the upgrades going in his direction. Terran did not do much damage with the Medevac, but also he didn't lose any Marines with that drop, so it's not the end of the world. Note the really nice Observer production that happened here from Hero. He's got Observers all over the map to spot for drops. Probably noticing that Reality that last game was almost entirely dependent on drop harass to win. He is going to use this as an opportunity to feed into his opponent's play style.
Yeah.
And hopefully use that against him. We had a Reaper here. Excuse me, not a Reaper, a Raven. In the back of where that is, I would assume he's going to send that in the front so he can try to pick off Observers.
What often this Raven is for, after it kills the first Observer, is to protect the drop on its way out, to drop a PDD so the Stalkers can't pick it off, or even to drop it to stop him from picking it off on his way in.
Yeah, sure.
And Observer clearing is definitely the primary function, but keeping that Raven there can give you a little bit of extra power to the drop, a little bit of extra protection.
Now we have a lot of gates up here, 6 total with Colossi, so there may be a 2-base timing here, and maybe one of the more common styles that Hero's playing where they just get that third Nexus really late. Okay, there it is, third Nexus really late.
Yeah, it's just it's a late Nexus style where basically you get these Colossi out to be safe. You even cut probes oftentimes. You can see the worker count. Only 2 up here for the Pross, which is pretty unusual with Chrono Boost. So you cut some workers for a little bit just to make sure that you're 100% safe to take that third base. You have your gateways, and then you just continue to tech with your upgrades.
Now,
so actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's going to have double upgrades when that +1 finishes.
Now, you got to think that PvP and PvT, they're functioning a lot in the same way nowadays. You tend not to get that third base as quickly as Protoss.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know for sure if you can hold it, so you might as well be safe. You see a window for a timing, go for it. If not, then take that late third base, but at least you know you have stability.
Right, and the beauty of Protoss, I feel, in StarCraft II is that with warp gates, you never have to have units until you have to have them. And what I mean by that is if an attack is coming your way, you can warp in units. But until that moment, you can cut a lot of units and spend your gas on tech, like charge and 1/1. So
yeah,
on 4
Colossus
gas,
too, yeah.
on 4 gas, you can really do a whole lot. You don't need those extra gases to get your tech. So that when you have that third base, it's really about the minerals, and then you could build your gateway army to support your tech when a push comes. So even though he delays his third base, he gets all the essentials. And then if an attack is coming, then he starts to use those warp-ins. Then he starts to cut probes. So it's a cool way how Protoss functions in this game.
Hero, for the time being, is just going to sit back and finish up his tack here. It doesn't seem like Reality is going to be able to get in and do much damage. Reality's definitely seized the map. We don't have a ton of observers all throughout the map. It's mostly just covering the exterior. Oh my god, okay. He's going to do an SCV pull.
Yeah.
So it's all going to come down to whether or not Hero can hold this. This actually could wreck Hero here.
It's about the force fields, certainly. There are 19 Marauders. That's my concern here. No. Well, if he gets through those force fields, no amount of Colossi. I mean, even had.
I would be surprised if he actually. Oh my god, you need one more! Okay, now that's buying time right now. Point defense drone, by the way. Now, he may have to evacuate the third base here and give that over to the Terran.
A bit of hesitation there about whether or not he actually commits to the next wave of force fields. Actually, he's not enough energy. Stalker's blink forward here. This is so much Terran. He needs a time warp. That time warp is golden, but he's already losing his Colossi. They're not even shooting a single wave. I think this is just going to wreck him here. I think this is the game, man.
I don't know if he can recover from this.
I don't think so.
I don't blame him for the 4 force fields there at the entrance, but I mean, he's not enough for him to buy any time here.
Storm ready?
No, this is one of those timings where it's right before the storm. So this actually will be GG here. Nice play by Reality.
Uh-oh, guys. Hero is 1 game away from losing. He's actually the big favorite, I'd say, to take first place in the group, and now he's almost out, man.
You got to think Hero's got to be frustrated with that. Nice play there, though, by Reality. I mean, you look at that game, and you see that the Templar tech was late because it was 2-base Protoss with gates and a lot of Colossi, and by the way, a lot of observers, which is important to note, which means the Templar tech is going to be later. Even when the third base finishes, the storm's going to be later.
Yeah.
Reality, I think, identified that early on by the fact that, wait a minute, all my Widow Mines are being spotted, all my drops are being spotted. Okay, he's invested so much in observers. People don't necessarily go straight to Templar tech. He sees Colossi too. What's going to work here? An SCV pull. He's going to have too much there. He's going to run over the Protoss' army while the Templars are being warped in. That's what he did. And that's why right now Reality's ahead in this series. Now, the map pick is going to be King Sejong Station for Hero.
I actually think Reality's just going to SCV pull again. Saw Innovation yesterday do that 4 times in a row and win 4-0 with it. We saw that last week in Code A, and we've seen it in Pro League a little bit recently too. I think that's kind of the new Terran norm right now. Maybe that'll change when Widow Mines get changed coming up here a little bit, making them a little bit stronger, but I don't know, it's really strong still, especially with the style that Protoss are doing. It almost directly counters it. So you've got really good macro, and you have that really specific timing, and you just overwhelm the Protoss there a lot of the time.
Yeah. Well, good luck, Hero. Everything's on the line now. Reality has to win one of these games. This game or the next. Hero, no more mistakes allowed.